It's June 4th, my eldest daughter's birthday, and here I am out on my steps again, wondering why my zoom makes everything go blurry. Oh well. And I just thought, oh, that was a skipper. I don't know if that... Oh no, that's a Milbert's tortoiseshell. Okay, see, I know my Lepidoptera. Anyway, landed right in my... Flew like a skipper, it was so fast, but Milbert's tortoiseshell, another butterfly of northern Alberta. Yeah, I called her up. She's in Hawaii. She's supposedly going to be making her journey back to Canada now. I guess she planned for her birthday. And I'm just heading out here, gonna cross the road here, to pick up my second daughter, who's 5 years of age, when the bus drops her off here at the corner. So I don't have far to go. It's been raining a lot. See, that's why all the mud and water all the time on these walkabouts, you might have noticed lately, for those of you who follow my videos. Well, I haven't been getting out a lot, which is kind of depressing, because normally this time of year I like to get out, but I don't like to get out in the rain. You know, a lot of people don't, but I don't like to get out in the rain. It tends to affect my health in a negative fashion. So I just stand here and wait for my daughter to get off her bus at usually it's around 3:30 p.m. MST. She gets off her bus pulls up, and around that time anyway, and she gets off the bus and tells me all about school, and it's really good for her. I don't like to think that this should be the chief reason why children should attend public institutions of learning. That is to say, you know, public schools. That is that they should have a social life and integrate socially, but it's almost becoming that way. I don't really believe in keeping your child in a goldfish bowl and away from the world. It's a tough call for parents, because I do understand that more and more these public education institutions of learning are becoming more and more institutions of indoctrination rather than education. In other words, what I'm saying is that there is a political agenda to indoctrinate our children to believe in core values, which may not necessarily be all that conducive to a healthy society. And I'm concerned about many of those things, because, you know, I know that my daughter is going to be exposed to them, and already we are curbing many of these practices as taught in the school. Practices such as Halloween. We don't subscribe to those things. The pagan traditions of so-called Christmas, we don't subscribe to those sorts of things. I don't know. I do not understand why children have to be indoctrinated in those things in a public institution of learning. I mean, you could probably learn about them in a textbook at the high school level if you want, But I don't think they are things that should be practiced in a public institution of learning. The only way you're going to keep any sort of neutrality with respect to religion is to just not engage in those practices. And that's why I'm not big on the whole idea of enforced prayer in schools. I know there's a lot of Bible thumpers out there that think you should put prayer back in school, but you start doing stuff like that, and then you should bring the Quran into school, and you should bring the Torah and the Talmud maybe also into school. Where does it stop? It's public. If you want your school to honor a religion in that regard, then fine, put your child in a private school that does so. Otherwise, no, I don't really believe that this is a wise choice. Public means public, and so it should be honored as such if you're going to put your child in a public institution of learning. Unfortunately, politics plays a big role in public institutions, and that's where we run into a lot of conflicts. But let me have a look here. Oh, look at this. Is this running? Yeah. These are tent caterpillars. This is one insect I will gladly step on, destroy. There were two of them there I stepped on. Because they have no natural predators. They are not indigenous to our nation, to this country, and really should be eliminated because they just wreak havoc on forests. Yeah, I digress. But, I just killed probably about 1 million tent caterpillar moths in so doing. No remorse there. None. Even the birds won't eat them. Animals won't touch these things. They're really not part of our natural food chain. So, yeah. They don't belong here. Anyway, this is my view with respect to education. I really don't think that children should be compelled to engage in any religious activities that are, essentially representative of a particular religious belief system, whether it be Christianity, Judaism, the Muslim faith, or anything like that. No, they should not in the public sector. There is a place for that, and what I am mostly concerned about is that my children are actually learning to acquire the tools that will afford them a competitive edge, if you will, in the world at large, so that they might be able to eke out some sort of living, in other words, in the sciences and mathematics, in literature, okay? And I'm not saying there's no place for art either. I'm just trying to explain that this is what education is, and schools need to start, I think, buckling down on those things a little bit more, and live up to the reputation of being institutions of education rather than institutions of indoctrination. That's my take on it. Others may have their own views, but that is my take on it. Yeah, so while I'm standing here waiting for the school bus, some of you know I'm a little bit of a computer buff, and I'm slowly working on building my own desktop computer. I've been playing around with things. I've sort of rebuilt my daughter's, and I did some modification on my wife's, and now I'd like to, well, I've done a lot of modification on my own, but the next one in line here I want to do, I really want it to be a high performance machine that does at least, well, certainly I'm hoping better than the one I have, and that's hard. Right now I'm using a CPU socket with incorporating 1,366 pins, terminals, and there's another one that has 2,011, but it's going the way of the dinosaur too. Oh, there's my daughter's bus. God bless you. Thanks for listening.